What's up, everybody? Bradley Baker here with Hunt Fish Camp. We are getting ready for turkey season. We're going to compare three different things today. We are going to compare the Benelli Nova to the Remington 870 as far as patterning shooting. We are going to compare some different turkey loads, okay, some of the standard pheasant shells we typically use. They only have a 1 1/8 ounce shot in them compared to turkey loads, okay, to see if it's really worth, because these cost a lot more for something that statistically doesn't look all that much better. And then we are going to compare choke tubes. So we're going to both shoot modified chokes. We're going to put in some full chokes and see how that affects our loads and our ranges. For us, pretty much less than 40 yards is what we intend to shoot. We certainly will see turkeys out further than that, but it just feels like you're pushing your luck. But that's what today's about. We'll try shooting at 50 yards, maybe beyond. We'll just see what the pattern looks like on our turkey, and if you feel comfortable taking that shot or not. It's a good thing to do. Get out, do that. So come along. We'll show you exactly how these two compare with those couple of things, and so hopefully this can help you out if you have a Nova or you have a Remington 870. Maybe help you pick out some shells, decide some ranges, what choke you need, all that business. So let's rock and roll. 15 yards, you would have killed that bird. But you definitely shot a little bit to the left. You got it.
Yep.
As expected, not a big difference at 15 yards. It is a difference, not a lot. Once we get out 25 yards, we'll start counting pellets within that primary circle so we can get a better comparison. Now it's my turn. Remington 870, again, 2 3/4 inch, 6 shot, 15 yards. We're just looking at patterns at the moment. Let's roll. Oh, it's already going. Okay. Hopefully I can hit it. Hoo-yah! Full choke. Good?
Yep.
Once again, with the at 15 yards, the patterns are going to be very similar between modified and full. And to help move this along a little quicker, you don't necessarily need to watch us shoot every round here. This is jumping to 25 yards. We're start counting how many pellets actually hit that center circle. And for my Remington, 49 with modified, 55 pellets in full. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that is a difference. For the Benelli, Bradley had a bigger difference. He had 44 with the modified and 57 with the full, and that's going to make a big deal on those longer ranges. And now for us, we really didn't shoot much beyond this with the modified. We went straight to full chokes for everything else because we know that's what we want to use. A turkey doesn't move a lot. You're aiming at a stationary, hopefully stationary head, and so using the full choke is definitely the way to go. But if a modified choke is all you've got, I did put a range, max range 30 yards. That's based on experience. Shooting turkeys, when they hit 30 yards, it gets really hard to knock them down with that modified choke. Take a look at the full choke and what that does at each range with these different shells that you would likely use for turkey hunting. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
All right, first up were the 2 3/4 inch Federal Field and Range shells. These are 6 shot. They would work for turkeys, but they really don't pack a lot of punch. I would not recommend a 2 3/4 ounce. They did pretty well under 25 yards if that's all you've got. Next up is the Hammer Upland shells. It's a 3-inch shell with 1 1/8 ounce shot. Shot at 25 yards, 35 yards, and 45 yards. And if you're looking at those numbers there, you can see it dropped off very quickly at that 35 yard mark. So it puts the max range for us at about 35 yards. All right, on to the Winchester Double X loads. These have 1 3/4 ounces of shot, which is a lot. So they obviously did very well in the close ranges. After 35 yards, however, they did drop off significantly to the 45 yards with only 12 pellets in that 45-yard target. And so I really wouldn't recommend it going out that range. I did put them as 35 plus because somewhere between 35 and 45 there, they should still carry enough energy and enough pellets to kill a bird. Last up is the Remington Magnum Turkey Load, which has 1 3/4 ounce shot.
It's exact same stats as the Winchester XX, and not surprisingly, it shot almost exactly the same. Actually, shot exactly the same for the closer ranges for me. And then at the longer ranges, it did have more pellets in at that 45 range, but they were more grouped. They weren't as evenly spaced, and so I really didn't pattern quite so well. For Bradley's Benelli Nova, stats all very similar. His full choke seemed to throw a few more pellets into each, but just a handful, not enough to be significant at all. Biggest thing with any of these is really to get out and target shoot, practice, see what your gun can do and what the shells can do, so that you know. You need to know what your range is going to be and what those shells are going to do, so that when you've got that gobbler in front of you, you can feel confident that you're going to take them down.
All right, and just in case the turkey's at 5 yards, we'll see what it does there. Fire away. I'm just gonna shoot right after you, so.
Okay.
I'll just shoot a different spot. All right, look out. Coming in. Oh, missed. We got him! There we go. Now, just so we're clear, I aimed it down low because I didn't want to waste another target. Bradley blew off his head, and I think I'd have got him too. But here we go. That's what happens at 5 yards shooting full chokes. So 5 yards might be a little close. Like, you're really going to blow them off, but shooting pretty well. Cool. We got some conclusive evidence, I think, right? Yeah. I mean, I'll show you the patterns, but it was really obvious. We shot at 15 yards, we shot at 25, we shot at 35, and we shot at 45, and then we shot at 5 yards for fun at the end. But 35 yards is really, for both of us, the range. Now, at 45 yards, I would have killed the bird, as in I'd have had 2 pellets hit it, so that range has some potential, but I'd feel bad about doing it, because you also could pretty easily, depending on where their head's at and where the pattern flies, I wouldn't count on it. And you're losing a lot of energy at that point. So unless you're paying premium price for the tungsten pellets, I wouldn't bother. The other thing we learned today is, well, the different shells we shot. So the Remington shell and the Winchester shell, they're the same statistics, but that Remington shell, oh my gosh, that thing kicks super hard. Like, it's unreal how much that tries to knock you on your backside. And so I think we are going to be shooting the Winchesters. They patterned really well for mine. The Remington actually patterned a little better for Bradley's, looked like, but especially if you're taking kids out hunting, that kind of stuff, like, you want to be cautious of that before you give them a turkey load, have them go shoot, especially if you're target shooting. You won't feel it so much when you're out actually hunting. You tend to not even notice, but when target shooting like this, you notice that kick. It hits hard. It hit me in the cheek, like my thumb hit me in the cheek, hit me so hard. So pretty wild, but cool. Okay, anything else we got to say?
Nope.
All right, we're done. Hopefully this helps you out and picking out some shells or figuring out what you're going to do. And so if you have a Remington 870 or Benelli Nova, both of those shot pretty much the same for us. And so up to that 35 yards, that'd be my recommendation there. Probably not beyond that. Pace it off, and then when you go out and go sit in a blind, pace out there, stick a corn stalk, stick a stick in the ground, and that'll show you that range where you want to be your max spot at. So yeah, now it's time to go, like, set up blinds. We're a couple weeks away, but we're gonna go get blinds and stuff figured out, start scouting around. So hopefully we'll have some good turkey stuff coming soon. Awesome. Normally it's get out, catch fish. Right now, let's get out and shoot a turkey. Sweet. See ya. Front of the box. Back of the box. Yeah, we've been shooting a few shells. Yep, there's our stake we were using for the box. It's got a little pellets, a little bent. Worked though. When we did this with our rifles, with target shooting before deer season, I actually split it was a piece of rebar, and it just bloop, split the whole thing. Shooting turkey loads. Oh man, you feel that?